let's talk about the Glock 43. Now, I've been carrying this Glock 43 for about 4 months now. I came off the SIG P365 to try out the Glock 43. I had some concerns about going to the 43 since it only has 6 shots versus the 10 shots of the P365 or the 12 shots of the 365 XL. But now that I've carried this for a while, let's see this thing in action at the range. So the one thing about these smaller frame pistols is there's a little more recoil to them. They get a little more snap to them because they're smaller and they just don't have the, the weight of a larger pistol. But it shouldn't really matter for you if you practice with it and you maintain your proficiency. The smaller pistols are a little easier to conceal. I'm using a Concealment Express paddle holster, which you can see just, with a big shirt on, you wouldn't even know that I'm carrying this. Where when I'm carrying something full size, like a 17 or a compact like a 19, or, typically my P365 XL is a little bit longer. They're a little harder to conceal. So, when you get into these smaller pistols, you are going to suffer capacity for, concealment. But it's a good trade-off considering that you have your carry gun with you. So let me go reset some targets here and get back to shooting. And I'll see you right on the bench where we'll go through the features of this pistol. So we're in from the range from shooting this Glock 43. So let's put this on the bench and really dive into this gun. Now, like every other Glock, you can take it down by pulling down on that takedown, squeezing the trigger, and pulling your slide off. In fact, this works just like every other Glock. The only real difference with this gun is that it's thinner. And you can see it's a lot thinner than your standard Glock. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at the magazines, they're almost like not quite a single stack, but not quite a double stack. It's almost like a stack and a quarter, because you can see that these bullets are kind of zigzagged inside of these magazines. Now, this gun comes with 2 magazines, one with a finger rest and one that's flush fitting. And when we put that into the frame there, you can see I can get just about my whole pinky onto the grip of this Glock 43. Whereas when we take a look at the flush fit, it's almost like a Glock 26, just a little thinner, where I only get 2 fingers that can get around the frame. Now, let me put this back together here while we're talking. So, just like every other Glock, it goes back together just as simple as it comes apart. But with this flush fitting magazine, it makes it a lot easier to conceal because you are losing about 1 inch off of that frame. Now, shooting this gun with 2 fingers, I didn't have a problem with controlling the gun at all. But obviously, when I use that pinky rest, it does make it a lot easier to control. Now, one thing I'd like to see on this 43, rather than a pinky rest, is maybe a +1 or +2 adapter to give me that pinky rest. Now, having a +1 or +2 on these magazines would be really nice, because then I have a little extra capacity. Now, like any standard Glock, it has the standard horseshoe back sight with a single dot front sight. And these sights to me make sense. They've always have. I always liked this sighting system from Glock. There's a couple of things that I like that Glock did to this frame. is on the back here, they kind of give you a little bit of a hump. And if you see here, it does fit my hand a lot better than a standard Glock. The other thing I like is where you put your thumb. They kind of gave you this shelf here to keep you from riding the slide lock. Now, there's a couple of things that Glock could have done better on this gun. Is number one, they could have given us a rail so that we could have put a flashlight or a laser. The other thing is I would have liked to have seen like an interchangeable backstrap for this gun. That way I can really customize the fit to my hand as best as I can. Overall for this gun, it's not a bad gun. It carries very well. It conceals very well. But in the end, it's just another Glock. So I'd like to hear in the comments down below what you think of the Glock 43. Is this a hit or a miss? This is not a new gun. This has been out for a while, but with all the other competitors, did Glock kind of just punt on this one, or did they really go for it? Let's hear your comments down below. Thanks for watching. Hope you're staying safe out there, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.